Okay, so welcome, and today we're gonna do a demo review for the whole team for Vape9. They're at the CT side on the knife round here. We're gonna skip the knife round anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we're gonna focus on the whole team rather than individual players this time. So we're not gonna point out that much about the individual stuff and focus the team. Strats, positioning, mid-round calls and that kind of stuff. So let's start here. The Vape9 lost the knife round and they're forced to start as T side here. Now, so far they're all going inside, heading towards ramp. Well, first guy gets headshotted. That's a good thing usually to jump across to not get shot like that. But like, if we're like gonna pause it here and let's see, like it's been 30 seconds from the round, kind of, and you got one guy in hell and two guys in in lobby, and like after the first death on the ramp, like I think they kind of like didn't want to go there anymore. It was like what I said, it's a lot of individual decisions rather than going in as a team, which is really not that good in T side usually, because on T sides you want to utilize the Glocks and just outnumber your opponents. It doesn't matter if the first guys get killed and stuff like that, as long as you get into the side, because after you get the bomb down and everything, you're gonna be a lot better position. But yep, and yeah, well, like one guy's moving towards the hell here. Rest in the lobby. So let's see how the round is gonna play out. So again, taking like one by one challenges on Squeaky, and on ramp. Well, the ramp guy didn't really take any damage, but he didn't get killed either, and the Squeaky guy died straight up. So when you're down 2 players, 3 players even, that's when you really need to stick together, unless you're gonna go some kind of fake strat or something. So at this point it would be probably the wisest thing is to try to fake the guys towards the ramp and plant on A. But place with the CTs didn't really rotate. They didn't see any point of rotating. And at that point, it's 1v5 is really hard to win when the bomb gets dropped down. But to be honest, in the pistol round, you wanna go as a team, and especially in mid rounds, like after 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you lost 2 guys, and then you all were like one by one, couldn't support each other, trade any frags or anything. You just really need to go together and trade frag to get yourself into the site. So in here it seems a bit like B-split. 2 guys towards the ramp and 2 guys outside, although 1 guy turns into mini. Like again, it's kind of like the same situation here. You're one man down, but that doesn't really matter in this point. You decide to rush through the drop down and go in here, whereas you have teammates here, and no one can support you. It doesn't really matter who's the player who does this, because it kind of occurs a lot through this demo. And I'm gonna do another demo review for the team too, another nuke. So the same thing kinda occurs in that one too. So now you're 2 guys down, and still you have no map control or anything, you haven't really got anywhere. That was really not that wise choice. Check the corners, yeah, go straight for there, drop the gun. So let's see. What can Cashew do? Wise choice, I'd say, going to heaven. Getting 1 kill, and now at that point he gets rushed to the side, get the point down, and he got. And luckily he missed the kill near the bomb. If he would have got that one, he could have probably just played time against the scout, maybe. But that's just ifs, not really. We're focusing here, so good salvage to get the bomb blend at least. And one more eco round, straight up ramp rush it seems. Going through the smoke. And pretty much everyone gets... If you're gonna go for a ramp rush, just get a single flash or something, and so much more done. Especially if you're gonna go through the smoke. Single flash and you would have probably got the guy close by. So in that sense, even though it's safe, it's probably better for one guy to play a flash rather than P250. But at least you all went together, that's the important thing. So let's see the composition here. 3 guys outside, 2 guys inside, pretty standard for outside take. Probably, well, I watched the earlier from Twitch from these guys at Vape9, so I know what they're gonna do and how they communicate and stuff like that. So if I make deductions based on something you don't see here, I'm sorry that I have prior information. But yeah, 3 guys outside, walls of smokes, 2 guys holding inside, pretty standard. You could also maybe have 4 guys outside, because you don't really need 2 guys inside unless you're expecting them to push or something. So flash in from hot, and I should actually got the kill, but Arnie died. Well, it was a trade at least, and trades always favor for CTs, but I mean Ts, but this time the CTs got so much map control at the lobby, and wisely so. They probably should have left one behind, but so. But anyways, you got pushed in there. At least you got trade. Let's move on. The smokes are still down here. Let's see. So at this point, the bomb has been spotted, 3 guys has been spotted like down, and they're pretty sure that you're gonna go down, so there's no point in waiting around, I think. The bomb down, 1v1. It was a decent take, at least to get the bomb down from the guys I watched here. And now Shashu is smart playing time, not peeking. And 1v1-1, that's clutch. And on to the next round. Too bad the CTs have a huge bank now, a lot of money, and the Ts have to kind of buy like amps still. But let's see what are they gonna do the same set again. At least they're more towards it. Can't really remember if this was the same strat. What I want to point out here is if you're gonna have pull up the map here. If you're gonna have 3 guys out and you're gonna go outside anyways, or at least like the main task force, or the most amount of your players are gonna go outside, bring the bomb with you to outside, or if you're holding really passive on the lobby, then you can probably kind of have it on the lobby guy, but he has to be really defensive and not get caught. Now because what happened a couple of times in these games, I watched the bomb gets dropped down, like left behind. And it's really hard to patch or move on from 3v3 situation if you don't have the bomb anymore. The time is an issue. So again, wall of smokes coming down, 3 guys going out. One thing I want to point out though, in here, I didn't really show it in here right now, so I could actually replay this round. Because let's fast forward to the spot where they're actually gonna throw the smokes out. Now, the smokes are out, but they're like 1 and 2 guys are peeking before the smokes even pop out. So you don't want to do that. You want to wait for the smokes to pop and then go out. Also in this round, I remember like rushing towards the secret with the knife out. 2 players, 2 free kills for the CT because neither of them had a weapon out. So that was a poor choice by the East. I don't know why they didn't expect the CT to be there. You have to expect for that. Especially like you did the same stuff last round. Now we have 1 guy outside. They're stuck there. They're stuck anymore because their CT Open backed off. Now, in here happens what happens sometimes. Some other times for this team. The first guy just pushes it straight in. The second guy is not even anywhere close to trade for him. Communication is kind of like the thing. And now challenging with low HP while having the bomb is really bad. Gets the bomb down though. Gets built. Much to expect at that spot. At that low HP, really hard to win the round, especially when your teammate is nowhere near. But again, trade frags. One guy always goes like on his own, the second guy comes like 20 seconds later. Or not 20 seconds, like 2 seconds later, and is not in a position to trade. Now, at this point, opponents can't be in secret that fast, or maybe if they're just straight past them, because they smoked it, but that would be really risky, and you've probably seen them that boost. So no need to see, check the secrets or just pointing some stuff out while I'm watching here, and while I'm thinking about it, what the team thinks. Like again. One guy went alone into the main, and 3 guys were in lobby. So if you wanna do something like that, time it so that the 3 guys come to A at the same time, or the guys from the lobby like throw some flashes in, and then the main guy runs through the smoke, gets in, and so the CDs are watching. And also like maybe a bit too much challenging in the ramp area. Like you guys got like 2 guys in here, and what happened is both challenged into the hell. Well, second guy didn't die to the hell guy, but still both challenged in there, while you could have just jumped down, try to fastly clear the B side somewhat if you had smoke. Well, you didn't really probably have smoke. Was it on eco? No. Anyways, like get some map control before the flank can come behind you. And here you guys just got stuck behind the squeaky and failed the strat. Well, not really your fault you got stuck, but what I would say is that always nade this squeak if you want to rush through it. Also, what you can do is you can throw smoke into here in this corner, and it will kind of block from rafters to seeing you, not from main or on top of the blue, but still worthwhile. Like throw a nade in there, someone just throws like an underhand flash while he's running or something, and try to memorize the path so you can get there even though you're inside a smoke or something, or semi-flashed. But yeah, always just throw a nade in there, you won't get stuck to the door. Now setting the timer so low didn't really let you guys have any wiggle room after you get spotted by rush, but he was on eco anyways, and getting 2 kills is fine. But the whole idea of like you wasted or used, how do you want to put it, like 20 seconds inside the lobby area. Now it's sometimes a really good idea to wait and let your opponents to like guess where you are, but since they had like all 5 players alive, they don't need to guess. They can just hold the normal spots, and they're gonna see which path you're gonna take. if it would have been like 3v3 or 2v2 or something like that, in that situation it's a lot more better to wait out some time and make your opponents guess, because they can't cover all the angles, which allows you to Now I think it's like the third time in a row that you decided to push through the smoke and try to get like a split. Again, no flashes. That's what you need flashes. Even though there's like smokes here, like the area here is smoked, you need to throw some flashes. What's a good flash? Well, I don't know. But anyways, you need to, like, if this area here is smoked, you need to either just throw flashes like here, and maybe even inside. But or you can just, the smoke is here, you can just underhand throw it in the smoke, and it will flash anyone who's watching the smoke, because they're watching the smoke every time. And also the guys from the inside should use the flashes a lot more. So this is kinda interesting round again. Like you have one guy lurking or through the speaker, and I don't think the cities even notice it because they're not rotating, but well, now they are. But going up vents is not a good choice, because, well, you can't see them. I mean, you can't shoot accurately from the ladders. And it really seems like a lot of times you had like a plan, like this time there, one guy coming up vents and you're gonna hit the A, and well, then someone gets killed, or the vent guy gets shot really low, and then you just decide, okay, fuck this, I'm gonna turn back and run to the ramp. Let's go to B. Like, your rotation doesn't really help if it's really expected to happen. So usually it is just it's good. Usually it's a good thing to just stick with the plan you got, because even though the first guy gets killed or someone gets sprayed down, it doesn't matter, because you have people coming behind and trade fragging them, and that's when you're trading and getting the site. If you just let your first guys die and rotate away, it's just bad crosshair placement. Need to be careful for the stairs. Like, but what I was saying is just stick with the plan, because the opponents that are shooting you, they're gonna build up recoil, and that's why you wanna go together. You wanna push together, because even if the first guy gets killed, the opponent's gonna have maybe low ammunition, maybe he's going in for reload, maybe he's attacked you and he's gonna retreat a bit, or maybe he just has some recoil and it's gonna be hard for him to hit the shot. And then, okay, let me actually pause it here, because, well, I think the situation kinda played over already, but yeah, so you wanna go together, because eventually you will like overwhelm the opponents. Doesn't help if you just always retreat when the first guy gets killed. And in this situation, like, the time was low, and guys decided to like kinda hesitate, to be honest, in the comms, like getting the bomb and stuff like you guys got in a hurry, and what happened is really like a lack of communication between the two remaining players, I'd say, because well, let's replay the round, because that's gonna show us, like, give us better information what actually went down. It's version. So now you guys get the control, and the dark corner gets killed. Now it's 3v3. And what happens here is smoke's going down. Also, he's having the bomb out, not the AK anymore. It's a mistake. Don't take the bomb out before you have the smoke down, or when you're actually going for the plant. You don't have any cover to ask the door in it. Also, be behind the door anyways, like just positional things. Either watch the minimap as a team or talk where you are, what you're watching, because now you guys have all the controller area is covered by Flappy. Cashew is watching the vents with orb, so that's really powerful spot to watch with the vents. So the only possible place where the CTs can kill you is either like flanking from ramp, Cashew, or if someone was hiding in toxic maybe, or from the small door. Everything else is covered. So what Arnie does here is he's planting in the smoke and gets shot through the smoke. Well, Flappy got a kill. He was holding the control area. So bad spot to plant in. You had covered all this, like all the other areas, all the other entrances were covered except the only one that you were like facing. So you should have just moved like a little bit to the left, like behind the silo, so you can't get shot there. The communication, say where you're watching, and like let the planter know and what is covered, so he can decide what is the best spot for him to plant and not get shot while planting. So now it's 2v1. Shashu gets the guy behind. I think the player behind made some noise and killed himself. Anyways, now it's 18 seconds, 16 seconds here. You know his last position as a team. Shashu is now, Flappy is now going for the bomb, and you can see that the door is closed. Could be in the smoke, but the door is closed, so there's you don't have to worry about that. Flappy could have even closed the doors behind him, the double doors, so he could have been there. But at this point, position and game knowledge, like anything, he can't be anywhere else than in the vents or behind the door or something. But the door was shut, so he needs to open it before he can punish them. I don't know which one is the first person view right now. But yeah, so the CT could have probably killed Flappy. He pushed straight up, and he actually manages to kill Flappy in the end. So just like as a team in this, I feel like at the start of the round you have a good really like you have a strat or some kind of idea what you want to do. Then someone gets shot or something, then you like bail out the strat and start going one by one everywhere, and until you're like 2 guys left, or maybe sometimes maybe 3 guys left, and and then you kind of group up, but the communication isn't like in there, like supporting each other, or the map awareness, like you're not watching enough minimap to actually see where your teammates are and what they're doing. Again on the 3 guys on the outside. And the ramp guy gets shot through the smoke. Not really sure why he's even aggressive like that. You trade on the outside though, getting yourself into secret, but now both lobby guys are dead and the bomb's behind. So this is what I was talking earlier, like if most of you are gonna go one way, like always take the bomb into the, like with the most number of your teammates. Because otherwise this is gonna happen. Or if you're gonna do some fake or something, then it's fine to leave it for the home guy. It doesn't really matter who carries it or anything, because as long as it's with you guys. Like in the comms you have some kind, like sometimes it's okay to have a dedicated bomb planter, I guess, but sometimes I see a lot of players just throwing away the bomb because they don't want to carry it. But that's just that's really not worth it, like throwing it away. In this round I think you guys like messed the smokes up or something. Now you have one guy again sneaked into hit a mini, but the guys on A are watching it. Well, it was an eco, but you guys still have some flashes or something. And also what happened in the inside is that everyone was outside because, and then you failed the flash and then you decided to go back inside, but in that time the opponents had taken the control on the inside, the lobby. So try always have like one guy to keep some map control at least, so that doesn't happen. So now you guys are like 3 outside, 1 inside, and it's good that the inside guy is playing really like defensively, but he's not, like he should be watching a lot more into the ramp. And in here kinda like lacking in the smokes. You have molotovs, you have flashes, and you're just dying. Taking the aim deal against the Oper while you have flashes, and like your whole team had like at least 3 utility left at that point. Just throw a flash over. One guy throws a flash, then the second guy peeks with AK, and maybe the blast thrower picks up his molotov and throws it and forces the Oper to peek out or something like that. Like communication, you don't need to like set up the flash, you don't need to go like, hey, I need someone flash, you need, because that's gonna take like 5 seconds to get the flash out. What you need is some initiative from one person, it doesn't matter who it is, but he's just gonna go and say, I'm gonna flash now, or flash out, something like that. And then everyone knows there's gonna be flash. There's no point in like asking for a flash or asking, should I go for a flash? It takes too long. At that point you need the initiative. So here you got ramp control, but the opponents got outside control. There's one on T roof. I think Flappy could have heard him already even. And again, one guy got killed from the hell, overextending. Second guy got killed. Like, if you get there, you still have smokes left. Just smoke the hell out, and just go together into the B side. Because that's how you're gonna win the rounds, not by like overextending peak here. Like, just you had the ramp control so long that you could have easily even walked in next to the hell and dropped the underhand flash here and smoke this out and then get everyone in safely. There's no need to like go here and peek and see that, oh, is someone holding it or not. You don't need the information at that point because you need to get to the site. You're not gonna go for picks when you have or you shouldn't go for the picks at that point, especially when you know that the opponents can have ops and stuff like that. And in this round, again, 5 guys should ramp. I don't really say it's a bad idea. And now you're smoking it. You should have smoked it last round. Well, actually, that smoke wasn't probably deep enough. But anyways, again, 1 by 1, challenging, and it was a good try to get everyone into one spot at least once. Again, no flashes through the smoke when you went into the ramp. Could have ended badly. No, didn't end that badly. Also, like, oh, let's just go back the round and check how the actual execution went down. This one? No. So yeah, this one. So you get the first pick. You're 5 on 4. At this point, well, as you can see, the smoke was a bit too short, but it doesn't really matter if you're not gonna go and peek the angle against an AWPer. So in here you get 3 guys in. You get pushed behind from radio. Let's see, at this point, where is everyone watching? Even right? Or maybe the post demo is bugging it a bit. So, Arnie is watching behind. Flappy went to the control room, and the shoe jumped down with the bomb. And then Isley tried to come down with the bomb again. Also, I don't know what this smoke is. It's maybe a miss smoke from the T's. And also, I don't think smoking behind this alloy is that good. Try to smoke like in front of it. It's gonna provide cover for a lot bigger area and from more angles. But like, I guess in this round you just got scared about the fact that you're gonna get pushed behind by 2 guys, and you went to force the issue. And I don't really say it's a bad thing. The smokes were off, and just like generally, like everyone is just doing their own thing or running where they please, kind of thing. Like, well, not where they please, but like 1 by 1 taking the aim duels. And skill wise, you guys are not really performing well on the aim duels against these opponents in either of the new demos. So the problem is that you're taking too many duels and too little trades when you're not in a position or to take the duels. So here 3 T's are put it outside, and Abby's gonna go inside, check some info. Nice choice. Go, maybe a bit slow reactions though. And now they say inside push. Now everyone should be already rotating in, but we still have 1 guy garage, 1 guy ramp, and 1 in one was close to the main. But there were like 2 guys outside, so that was way too free for the Esea terrorists to go through the main into a side. Like if you have 2 guys outside, you should at least one should be holding the angle, so they can't really get in that easily. And as soon as they roll in, like Flappy saw 1 guy in lobby and 2 guys came through the main. So at that point, everyone should be just hard rotating into a shot. 3 shots. That's nice. So at this point, the round is really easy, winnable. That was just overpeak by Flappy. Like, first of all, he made so much noise in the heaven that the opponent knew he was there, and secondly, you don't really want to go with 5-7 against AKs and long range duels. Like, that's not gonna help you. And like, you see the bomb, there's no point like pushing out that far when you know that the opponents were in heaven. I'm talking to it seriously now. Positional wise, play the bomb there. Also, the guy didn't really, well, like when you have the bomb down, you don't really have to press the issue, like walking 1 by 1 into their arms. And Soda is the last person. Okay, well, that was the first demo, and I guess I'm just gonna go and play the second one in a row. Like, there's no really point for not doing it, I guess. So another nuke demo, different opponents, and again, let's actually skip the round into the knife round, and oh, it's still not to the knife round. No, it's the knife round. And again, the Vape9, they lose the knife round. So in both of these matches they start as D, and to be honest, their D side isn't that strong in nuke, which is kind of shame, because we can't really get any info about how the CT side of them would have played out, because that could have been like they might have got a lot better scores on both of these maps if they were starting on CT. Again, kinda like, I think, well, not really the same opening, maybe, but again, 2 guys in lobby, 1 in squeaky, or what, is he actually outside? Oh, he's actually through the squeaky. At this point, he really should jump into vents or something. Smoke is gonna fade, or someone could peek him from on top of the hut, the blue, and he's gonna be dead. So yeah, he might. I'd say he should just jump to vents, but that's situational, of course. So, but yeah, again, 2 guys in lobby. 1 guy next to the T vent, 2 guys going ramp. Again, I'd just on pistol around here, dividing up so much that you're not gonna have trades, like not gonna have enough players to trade everything. Someone's gonna, if someone dies before getting kill, you're gonna be down a man. Like, good for Flappy, he got the first kill on ramp, which really helps, and second kill too. Now the third guy is challenging from hell, but the bomb got dropped by Jeffrey, and that was, I mean, Jeffrey killed Shashu and Shashu dropped the bomb, so that was really bad, and now the bomb is dropped in the lobby. And I don't know where based on the fact that where the bomb is dropped right now, it really looks like the Shashu was peeking either from Squeaky or in the hut, and that's why they dropped the bomb. So it's really like, if you're the bomb carrier and you got a couple picks, well, maybe he died at the same time, so it doesn't really matter. can't really blame for him for that, but still, like, I don't know what was the like goal, like the strat for this round, but don't peek with the bomb. Like, now it's just really hard to win. Luckily the bomb is like inside and not outside though, because Glocks do deal a good amount of damage in close range. But again, situations like this happen, like now you're gonna like, you don't know what to do. Arnie is just holding the radio, probably waiting for Perp to come in. Perp was checking into Hell and ramp, and if he would have died, it would have been end. Too much for the round, because again, like challenging one by one. Now you actually teamed up to get the bomb, and that was a good idea. Now you had 25 seconds. You spot, like, at this point you spot one Hell, and you knew one was like an A or something. So you know that he's gonna come in events. So, or to the doors. So at that point, just ignore the Hell guy, rush straight down, and force the force the CTs to make a decision. Either the guy in vents is gonna peek 1 against 2, or you guys are gonna get free plant, or like I guess 1 against 1, but still like you'd be able to get the plant down. And it seems that the sounds are bugged in the here, so I'm just gonna jump a bit on the rounds. It usually fixes the bug where you don't have the running sounds, the demo. Nico with the Eagles is a nice thing to go outside. They're really really good on longer ranges. You can hit the shots. Nice shot by Arnie. Not too bad. Perp died too on Arnie, so the CT's got the overhand. I mean, man advantage, and the last 2 T's are really low too. Can't really blame them for that round. The idea was good, just didn't hit the eagle shots. That happens. 4 guys in outside is a good way. I mean, good strat, good possibility to get like 3 kills from outside and then make the CTs to play really defensive, which allows you to rush the side together or something. And on this Eagle round though, it's gonna be a bench rush. I mean, not a ramp rush. It took really long time for this CT to die. If it, well, he didn't die. That was just, I think the first guy was watching on the wrong way, and eventually, like, he should have got that kill, but well, sometimes you just don't hit shots. But I think you had a couple P2-50s or something, so it should have been an easy kill for you guys. That's well, one thing though, like individually, you guys all need to work on aim and crosshair placement, position, map awareness, and just general like game knowledge or game IQ. How do you want to call it? Let's see what actually happened outside here. So you got CTs pushed the outside and got a first kill. They changed their team. So now you guys are gonna keep up on the outside idea, moving in inside. Again, bomb player taking ramp alone. No, it's trading. Well, not really that you can really trade against the ramp because it's so far away. But again, no, that should have not happened. The CT got his second kill. His position was known and everything, so there should have been at least someone to trade it, if not at the first time, at the second time. I was dancing around the smoke there. At that point when it was like 1v4, I would have probably just stayed and challenged the guy with the off in hell. Because you know that there's gonna be one guy in the ramp and going through the smoke won't really help you against that guy. But those are just individual choices. Alright. Not gonna go too deep on that. In here, you're again like 2 guys towards ramp, 2 guys in lobby. And 2 guys are really like far out. Well, Flappy is really peeking out wide and staying still. That's really dangerous to stay still like that. You know, you guys get pushed behind. I really should have got that kill. Like, just rushed him and letting him be the effective at that range. Get the trade and then he would have been in a pretty good spot. Grizzly actually gets the kill. And rushing all the way into the hut isn't really that good idea. Like, you know that there's gonna be one guy in hut, but there is definitely gonna be one more in rafters or main or something. And that was kind of like forward peek towards the squeaky. Because he heard the guy in squeaky, but he didn't know about the guy in radio, but you really should expect that there's gonna be someone, because it was 4v1. They're gonna close on you. And another like good example on the on this individual game knowledge. Nice boost to get the first pick. For the first time you actually got like to start the round. Now you have bomb with you and 4 guys going outside. Arn is lurking behind. That's an okay. He can just hear when someone drops down in vents and backstab him. I don't really know about Shashu staying that far away behind in outside. Also someone got past him, so that kind of messed things up again. Finally got a nice kill on the rough tester, but and you guys kinda get like cleaned up. Actually, we should probably watch that round again, because these are the rounds where you actually made into the bomb site, and the situation it's not like 2v4 or something when you get in there. So that's why we're gonna watch this again. That was just the bad timing on Shashu that the CD got behind him. But here, few of you guys clear the door. And so, few of you have cleared the door. And Arnie took one guy down. But then he keeps peeking towards the ramp. There's no need to peek towards the ramp. And also, maybe that was... I wanna actually just... Let's even once more. There's so many things to consider. And so little time. See everything because everything kinda happens simultaneously. So if we start from here. Let's see, like... One is the only one who has smoke left though, at this point. So that you have to keep that in mind. But it's you're going all three together, and that's good. Flappy gets the entry kill, them in the second entry. Now CM money is behind you guys, gets evens out this situation a bit. At this point Arnie drops down. So right now you know that there's gonna be like one guy on control area. Now Arnie gets the second kill. And so I think the bomb plant from the perp is a bit premature. Like you really didn't need to go for the bomb plant because you didn't have the control area. It wasn't covered. Also, Arnie still had smoke, so he could have just smoked out the site or something. At least like one possible corner. Also, so giving some help towards the bomb planter. Also, I don't really like the fact that he peeked all the way here. You can just hold the angle on this side. Shashu actually gets the kill, which is nice, and makes it into 1v1. In this situation, it was really bad from the CT side because he wasn't really covering all the spots. Well, you can't really cover everything on your own. But the smoke diffuse is really some bad for the Oper. And he loses the round because he misses a shot. In 1v1s, you could, I prefer the AK. So what you could have done is just pick the AK from the Arnie's AK from the bench, for example, or something, and you could have sprayed him down. Like think as out, like a bit, like think as outside the box a bit or something like that. Like change your weapon according to the situation. But at that round you actually made into the bomb site. The only bad thing is that you kind of like well, now the sounds are really fucked up. Let's jump back and forth a bit. So at least you get in the bomb site now, but now the hold of the site was kind of messed up and not covering the bomb planter enough. Got the information where the opponents were, so at that point there's just no real need to rush the bomb down, especially where there's like 50 seconds in the clock. Okay, now you get to like get the trade in ramp list. And I think Shashu could have gotten that if he would have reacted to the trade faster. Started walking towards the lobby instead of just straight out strafing into it. He could probably got it off guard. I mean, not off guard, but the opponent was fleeing. But you had 3v3 because of trades, and that's what you wanna have. You wanna have the trades, even things out. But after you got the initial trades, then you were so far away from each other that you just got picked one by one. And to be honest, the Cities are playing really aggressive. But they're probably playing aggressive because they're in 7-0 lead and they're feeling like they have a lot better like skills or like aim than you guys have. Also, I don't know about this Molotov in the squeaky. It really shows, it only shows to the opponents that hey, we're not gonna come here, so maybe watch somewhere else. If it was gonna be like anti-push thing, then maybe, sure, but still kind of not that viable because you're gonna push so fast anyway. And now you're actually making a lot better rounds here because you again 3v3, although you're on eco, but you could be kind of close. Now you especially have B, and what happened is going on here is that Shashu is having bomb and he's really far away from site. He should be probably the closest guy in there to get the bomb down faster. But let's see how it plays out. I'm gonna slow it down a bit so I have more time to talk about all the things. I really don't know why Arnie would push through. There's no point pushing through, you just have to hold the window so no one's gonna peek it. Herb goes for the gun, and that's a good idea. And Shashu goes for the plant. The plant was still kind of questionable, but you get the plant down, but still you didn't know about the second guy. And now 1v2, I mean, yeah, 1v2. And missing the deagle shots. He would have got that shot. Maybe got the round, but hard one to win. In that round you just gave up the advantage you had 3-on-2 by like going a bit too aggressive. You could have just hold the vents and the doors and get the bomb down. Because someone's gonna peek from somewhere when you're gonna go for the plant. So even though if he gets the planter down, you can trade him out and then you're 2-on-1 and do the same thing again and then you win. Now you're really giving up on the outside idea. Past couple rounds. And that's just map knowledge, bad angles. You don't wanna peek the secret like that because you can see him and he can see you. That's just maybe a bit of unlucky, but a bit of like inexperience map wise. Now you're using flashes, which is good. That was something that you guys were missing from the start. Too bad to see the actually stayed into the smoke. And that was really late call by the first guy that died in ramp. I didn't check who it was. But anyways, Flabby didn't react to the CT guy behind him at all. Like, I remember I was sitting, I mean, the comms they said that was called, but maybe react to it faster or just call it faster. And definitely not go for reload right behind you. Again, you get like 2 flashes in your face outside, so you should... and a Molotov. Like, Molotov is still fine, a single flash is fine, a single nade is fine, or double nade or something like that. But like, Molotov, 2 flashes, you should know that someone's close by. And it's really risky for having smokes out. Like 3 guys having their smokes out. Just go for the spots where you're gonna line up. And well, let's just see. Well, this is just the slaughter. Let's go down here. You should have reacted to like known that there's gonna be someone close. That should have been like straight up information that there's gonna be somewhere close. It's gonna be either up on the cat, on top of main, on here, or top of the rafter, or down there. Also, if you want to do like that, have someone going over the silos or something, maybe split up a bit so you know everyone go in the same angle. But yeah, like you had like 3 guys in here on the line, lining up the smokes, having the smokes out, and but they didn't really show in my spec here that well because I wasn't watching them. But in the comms, I mean that Twitch what I checked, and I saw it, and like everyone was just standing there, having the smokes out, like doing defenseless at that point. What you want to do is you want to say, like maybe at oh no, this round is just falling apart when I'm talking about things. So what you want to do at the start of the round, for example, or if you want to wait out some smokes or something in here, or Molotovs, it's okay, but just say a time pretty early, like in the comms, so everyone was always like asking for a time, well, either don't ask, like there never should be a situation where you need to ask for a time. If no time is given, and everyone's like kind of like saying that okay, I'm ready, just one guy just throws and everyone's gonna follow. That's just how it goes. Like if someone throws the first nade, the others are gonna just throw their own smokes, and that's how it's gonna go. So the timing isn't really needed in the comms that they used, like, but in the comms they were like everyone's like asking like, oh, give us a time when we're gonna throw and something like that, and then it took like a couple of seconds, and then it was 120 or something. So don't, like, that's just all the way that, and it was usually like 10 seconds after the time was passed, and everyone for 10 seconds everyone is just standing here, the smoke's out, watching the sky. That's not gonna help anyone. What you want to do is you're gonna give out the time early, or don't go into the lining spots before the time is given. And when they're gonna give out the time and say like 120, we're gonna throw the smokes, then you're gonna check the clock. Okay, it's 1:35, so I have 15 seconds. What am I gonna do with the 15 seconds? Well, I'm gonna spend 5 seconds for like still being like on top of the silo or something, maybe watching somewhere down here or down here if I wanna peek, and then I'm gonna need 5 seconds to move in here, and then 5 seconds to line it up, and then I'll be able to throw it. And then you're actually doing something for the 15 seconds that are still spare, or you need to be throwing the nade. So there's no point in like standing there with your smoke out for 10 seconds and doing nothing, just waiting for the clock to tick down. Like if you're gonna, it's okay to stand at the spot and be ready to line it up, but at least have your gun out or something. So it's just some miscommunication on the, well, not really miscommunication, it's more like lack of communication, because and like you just need to make, everyone needs to know what they're gonna do a bit earlier, or doesn't have to be that much earlier. They just have to have a general idea what they want to be doing, so they can be kind of close. Because if you're gonna give a time that is 10 seconds from the clock time, they're gonna have enough time. You're gonna have enough time to run from radio into outside and like the smoke pretty much. So just trying to minimize the time when you're actually vulnerable to the when you're not really effectively using time. In here you guys just you're again like dying one by one. And well, it's really hard to trade against those things, but maybe just do the squeaky rush with a rush ramp everyone or outside with the eagles. They're usually better than that. Because on that one, if you're gonna like speed up that much, you don't wanna hold for pushes at that point, because you're gonna go aggressively peeking inside the hut, for example, and peeking into A. No one's gonna trade for you, so it's really risky things to do. Or from the squeaky, peeking into A or main. Here again, Herb sitting with his smoke out, at least 5 seconds now. Because everyone's gonna have a general idea how long it takes him for to line up the smoke. Then here you get 2 entries, 3 on 3, 2 on 2, but the bomb's behind. Again, you had 4 guys outside, but not a single guy had the bomb. Always have the bomb with the majority of the players. Because you clearly had the idea to go outside. No point leaving the bomb there. Now Drizzly is lagging a bit. Retrieve the bomb. And at this point it's like he's really running out of time. 15 seconds. And a bit bad timing. I mean, unlucky timing. But usually at that point it's probably more like someone's gonna be in rafters than in main. Although you saw a guy in main, so makes sense. But that's just the individual decision making. Like when you know that there's so little time, you wanna use the time. I mean, use less time retrieving the bomb and more time being on the bomb side and clearing angles. So you should probably like run at the bomb, get the bomb quickly, and then sneak, rather than sneaking the whole way and then you're kind of like running out of time on the side. Again, like this is the same thing that happens many rounds. Either guys just get shot one by one in the lobby, and it's just about losing the aim duels. Like if you're not aim-wise, if you're not as skilled as your opponents, you really need to do something else to win the rounds or kill the opponents, and that is trading. For example, like so many rounds the opponents pushed the lobby. You could have just had an, for example, an Arnie with the AWP, just stand here and watch here in the squeaky when they come push through the squeaky. Have like 2 guys in radio to trade each other if they push radio. I have 1 guy on top of the silo or out here to just play passive and try to hear if someone gonna push outside, and have like 1 guy in here in the corner and not even opening the door and just waiting if someone's gonna open the door and push out, and then he's gonna shoot him in the back. You're gonna wait for the opponents to push. That's the best way to do it. But in this situation, like seeing how the opponents are playing. I actually missed the start of this round a bit, so I'm just gonna play it again. We're pretty close to the end already. Well, I mean, I don't know how many rounds they're gonna get in CD side, but yes, I wanted to see like the start of this round. Okay, so 2 guys pushed outside. That's Anis on the silo. Should get the kill. No. Tiny watching. Oh, he's open, but he should have heard him at least. I should have killed one on A and okay, there was a squeaky push. And now being killed in ramp. Now it's 2 on 3. Your teammate Perp is in radio, and Shashu is in vents. Maybe Shashu should have actually stayed up because he heard people going down. That's one kill. Should have got the second one. And now because Perp wasn't close enough to help Shashu, he's kinda like still guessing where he's gonna go. Like if Shashu is gonna go down, the Perp should go down. If Shashu stays up, Perp goes up. That's just how easy it is. Like, I mean, not easy, but that's just how it should go. Because as soon as Shashu kills the first guy down towards B, they're gonna know it's gonna be B, and that's when the Perp should be already in position to trade or plant the bomb. As soon as your position gets known, you need to be acting on it. That was kind of bad with like this bomb 1 by 1. Got trade though, and now it's 3v3 again. Like this is good. 3v3 is good. That was kinda unlucky for Arnie. CT's checked the corner. Didn't check the whole holding though. Like whole round on the Arnie, maybe he made noise, and that's why how they knew he was there. So they knew the one is in lobby. Don't know about money and his friends. Now in this spot, Shashu is way out. Not help close enough. Help Fluffy to plant, and that was the mistake. And in comms they had some argument about that, and to be honest, I'm not taking sides here or anything. It was a mistake of both. You should be talking a lot more like what you're up to, where you are. In 2v2s, in 3v3s, there's so little information between in your team. Like you have good information, like you calling stuff like where you get killed or something like that, but that's usually a bit late. And even then, like in situations like those, you need to be talking what you're doing. Like you're gonna need to be talking your own actions through. Like Flappy said, I'm gonna plant. Don't say I'm gonna plant. Like when you're going to take your bomb out, that's not when you're gonna say I'm gonna plant. You need to go like I'm gonna go and plant, or go to plant, and then after like 5 seconds after that you can go and plant. Like that's when you're gonna pull out the bomb and plant. Give your teammates a second to like adjust. like know and reposition themselves to be ready. Also, well, also as you've been talking about, it was doing both of them. That was just a unnecessary challenge. Luckily, Arnie gets the kill here, but no real point of challenging when the bomb is up there in the heaven, and when it's in the heaven, Arnie should maybe doesn't need to go and flank. He could have just rotated back to through ramp into hell and watch hell while Lappy was watching the head, something like that. Just at that point, just play a crossfire or something. Don't take the engagements. Don't give your opponents the possibility to win 2-on-1s or make 2-on-1s into 1v1s. In this spot, like you saw the bomb drop down in the vents, and the rotations are really slow. Again, like in here, the calls was really slow. Like Perp was really slow at acting, like reacting on the fact that he was in secret. Rotation towards the bomb was really slow. Like there was good 5 seconds when it was like 5v1, and no one was moving anywhere. So, faster reactions. Whole team should be moving a lot faster. Also on that spot, like just the individually position-wise, you're really not in a position to help yours like each other out. Gideon has a smoke here. Just for the fake. Gets killed. That's nice. Well played on the 1v1 though. A bit risky to go through the smoke, but it paid out. Maybe your opponent wasn't really expecting it, that's why it paid out. But anyways, like from that 1v5 into like 5v1 into 1v1. Only persons who were close enough to trade were the two first kills. Two first CTs that died outside. And even then, like, I think the reaction or the calls were way too slow for the second guy to react. Or, I mean, the second guy's reactions or the first guy's calls were way too late to actually, like, give out. In here, even though you have the M4, which is better at range, don't challenge the Eagles. Especially when you lost like 2 guys outside. In that point, just hold back. Now it's a retake again. Going through the vents is really hard, and well, this is even more questionable. Running all the way out around. You have kids though, but still, they're gonna know where you're gonna come from. No, because you've been running all the way, and that's the game. So, to sum things up, I'd say first one, the quad that's not covered in this video that I watched earlier about the communications. You need some better communications about what your like mid-round calls need to be improved. Also, general like talking your own actions, like what you're gonna do, like and stuff like that. Like you need to be able to explain what you're doing to your teammates when it's like tense 2v2, 3v3 situation, you need to be saying that I'm gonna go there and do this, and then they're gonna know that you're gonna go and there and do that, and then they're gonna position themselves so they can help you. And also like, well, maybe faster calls and faster communication, or maybe they were fast and it was just some other miscommunication that happened, for example, in the outside or some other places. Generally on team wise, like position wise, you wanna be closer to your teammates to be able to trade a lot closer. Don't spread up so much, and if you're gonna spread up, just like take a pair or ask someone to come with me, come with you if you wanna go out and peek somewhere. Just have someone to trade, because if you're not gonna win them, if you're not like better at aiming, if you're not gonna win the aim duels 1v1, I mean 1v1, you need the second guy to trade in. Strats wise, well, there was a couple strats. Use more flashes, a lot more flashes. You had a lot of flashes, you never really used them that much. Smokes were kind of good, couple miss smokes on that, but that's not a big deal. Molotovs you had, didn't really use, doesn't really matter though, because I think they're mostly for the post-plant situations, but to be honest, you never really got into the post-plant positions, so I can understand why I didn't see much of those being used. But a lot more flashes, like so many times you went, in the first game I think you went through the smokes in the middle into the main. Just a single flash into the smoke, single flash somewhere in here helps you get through. Better timings, like throw a flash, like if you're gonna do a split, you need to be able to time the attack, so you like actually pinching and not just going one by one from different directions. And I don't mean that you need to have like a setups time like you had here outside to throw the smokes or something. Those are really bad, like let's throw at 120. Well, it's okay to say at 120, but if it's like, but it's not okay to say 120 if there's like 135 in the clock and everyone's already waiting at to throw their own or something. Like same thing with the splits. Like it's hard to like say, like foresee what's gonna happen in 10 seconds. So if you're gonna say that okay, at 120 we're gonna burst in, and then 125 there's gonna be a Molotov in hut or something, and you're just gonna it's gonna be awkward. So like you wanna time it, but you need to time it with communication, not set times. You wanna be like, the guys out main are gonna say that okay, we're close to the smoke right now, then the guys in here are gonna be like okay, flashing out now, and at the same time these guys are gonna flash out high here and run through, and when they go through here, the flashes here have popped, and then they can split the site on A. And so like you need to time it with the communication, like talk what you're gonna do. Like everyone needs to be talking what they're doing. Like just flashing somewhere, you need to say that hey, I'm flashing there. So for example, it doesn't really need to even be a set strat or anything. Like the hut guy can be like, okay, I'm gonna just flash here out from the hut door because he wants to, like, for example, peek there. But then there's one guy here next to smoke, and he's like, he's gonna flash out there. Maybe I'm gonna utilize his flash, and even though it's not part of the strat, I'm gonna utilize the thing that he's gonna flash out there to flash here and actually go into the main and peek together. Well, not really together because there's so many angles that you can't see. You both can see. You both can see at the same time, but still, like, when you're talking what you're doing, your teammates are gonna be playing based on that, and then your teammates are gonna do their own decisions based on what you're doing, but they won't be able to do that if they don't know what you're doing. And just basic communication on like what everyone is doing on their own. And also it helps with the times. Like if you want to do an A split, it helps to the outside guys to know what's happening in the inside. When the guys in the inside are gonna say well like what they're gonna do. Same with the outside guys. Are like, of course the inside guys are gonna know where the smokes are gonna be down, but then the outside guys can be like, okay, flashing out now, and then the inside guys know that okay now they're gonna go through the smoke right now, so now we should be flashing too, and stuff like that. So you don't really need to like have the communication to command people that you do this now and the inside guys do this, and you just need to have the general idea for everyone that what the strategy is all about and how it's gonna run down, and everyone has to have their own losing the word here, a bit of blackout, but they just need to be able to decide themselves what is the best course of action at the given time. But yeah, more trades and a lot more flashes on the executes. And even not on the executes, but a lot more flashes. And hard to say anything on the CT side. But when you have the upper hand, you as T or CT try to set up some crossfires and support each other. Never let 1v1s happen that often. And yeah, I think I'm done with this. Individually, I really recommend everyone for you to improve your aim and crosshair placement, positioning, like just general positioning. Of course the map was a bit awkward for you guys, what I've heard, so that you guys don't really like the map and haven't played it that much, so there were a lot of angles and that can really play out, make it look a lot worse in the crosshair placement and the position wise that it actually is. But yeah, and some game knowledge, like the idea that when you know where the last two CTs are, you wanna position yourself so that you cover your mate when he's planting, because you know where the CTs are, you know the only angles that they can come from and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I'm done here, and cheers.